Hi Grade 8! I'm Teacher Joshua, your mathematics learning guide here at DepEd TV. Last episode, we illustrated the linear equation using a graph or a line. But how about if the graph is given and the equation is missing? Join me in new episodes of learning that would help us be critical and logical thinkers. We will use these skills we acquired to find the equation of the line. Make sure you have your self-learning module, paper and pen, and let's get started. Have you ever been in a plane? Do you know how they navigate or travel in the air? They say that the fastest way to move from one point to another is a straight line. That is the basic idea pilots use in flying. They make road maps based on the Global Positioning System or GPS that analyzes the wind, the weather, and the distance to the destination. These lines or roadways are computed, graphed, and recorded for their future use. This concept is a result of the continuous study of mathematics and science, which is one of the applications of the linear equations and the rectangular coordinate system. So, let's have a look at this graph. What can you say about the line in terms of the direction it goes? The graph is rising from left to right, meaning it has a positive slope. The slope is equal to the vertical over the horizontal change between 2 points. To make it easier, let us use the y-intercept as our starting point. Can you identify the y-intercept? The y-intercept is -3, since the line intersects the y-axis at 0, -3. Now, we identify the slope by counting the steps to the next integer coordinate. So 2 units upward and 1 unit to the right. With that, what is the slope? The slope is +2. Therefore, the equation of the line in its slope-intercept form is y equals 2x minus 3. Let us try this example. But now, I want you to write the equation in standard form. The process is still the same. Find the slope and the y-intercept, and express your equation in slope-intercept form. What can you tell me about the graph? The line has a negative slope, since it rises to the left and falls to the right. Now, what is the y-intercept? The line intersects the y-axis at 0, 1. So, the y-intercept is 1. Now, from this point, let us identify the slope by counting downwards first. How many steps will we take such that the next coordinates are integers? To this point, we will move 4 units downward and 3 units to the right. Hence, the equation is y equals -4/3 x plus 1. But wait, we are asked to find the equation of the line in its standard form. Do you still remember how? The standard form is written as ax plus by equals c, where a, b, and c are real numbers. But again, by convention, we write them without using fractions as much as possible. So to get rid of the denominator, we multiply both sides of the equation by 3. So we will have 3y equals -4x plus 3. By the addition property of equality, adding 4x to both sides of the equation, the standard form will be 4x plus 3y equals 3. Now, what if the line passes the origin? Look at the graph. What is the y-intercept? Since it passes the origin, the y-intercept is 0. All we need is the slope, Can you determine the slope of this line? The line rises to the left and falls to the right. Hence, the slope is negative. It also shows that between 2 points whose coordinates are integers, the vertical change is 1 and the horizontal change is 2. Therefore, the equation of the line in slope-intercept form is y equals negative 1/2 x. And after applying the addition and multiplication properties of equality, we will have the standard form of the equation x plus 2y equals 0. This will be the last set of graphs in which we look for the equation. Can you describe the lines? The first line is horizontal, so its slope is 0, and it also passes at 0, 4. So the equation can be written in slope-intercept form as y equals 0x plus 4, or simply y equals 4. How about this line? It is a vertical line passing through negative 2, 0. What is the slope of the vertical line? The slope of this line is undefined, meaning there are no horizontal changes between 2 points. And this can be written as the equation x equals negative 2. With the graph, we need to find the slope and the intercept. What if we are asked to find the equation, but the graph of the line is not given? We can still find the equation of a line passing through a point and knowing its slope. Let the slope m be equal to the change in y over the change in x. And x sub 1, y sub 1 be a point on the rectangular coordinate system. Since the slope is a constant or does not change between any 2 points, using the given points, we can say that the slope m is equal to y minus y sub 1 all over x minus x sub 1. We can also express this the other way around. Then we can multiply both sides of the equation by the denominator, the quantity of x minus x sub 1. So, the equation of the line can be derived using this formula. Y minus y sub 1 equals m times the quantity x minus x sub 1. This is what we call the point-slope form. What is the equation of the line whose slope is negative 3 and passing through the point negative 2, 1? In this example, we are given a point and a slope, so we can use the previous form to get the equation. Y minus y sub 1 equals m times the quantity x minus x sub 1. In this case, x sub 1 is negative 2 and y sub 1 is positive 1. Substituting the values to their respective variables, we have y minus 1 equals negative 3 times the quantity x minus negative 2. Next, we simplify the expression inside the parentheses. So it will become x plus 2, since negative times negative is positive. Then by the distributive property, we multiply negative 3 to each term in the group. Negative 3 times x is negative 3x, and negative 3 times positive 2 is negative 6. Thus, the equation will be y minus 1 is equal to negative 3x minus 6. Furthermore, by the addition property of equality, we can write the equation in slope-intercept form. What do you think will be the equation? The line whose slope is negative 3 and passing through negative 2, 1 is y equals negative 3x minus 5. How about this example? Write the equation of the line in standard form passing through 4, -2 and has a slope 2/3. Using the point slope form in writing this equation, we can say that y minus -2 equals 2/3 times the quantity x minus 4. Since we need to write the equation in standard form, we can remove the denominator by multiplying both sides by 3. So we will have 3 times the quantity y minus -2 equals 2 times the quantity x minus 4. Then simplifying the expressions by distribution or multiplying certain values, we will have 3y plus 6 equals 2x minus 8. Now, can you write it in standard form? By the addition property of equality, the equation will be -2x plus 3y equals -14. Furthermore, we can make the leading term positive by multiplying both sides of the equation by -1. So the line passing through 4, -2 and has a slope of 2/3 is represented by the equation 2x minus 3y equals 14. Remember last episode that to graph a line, we only need 2 points. And earlier, we shown that to write the equation of the line, what we need is its slope. Do you remember how to get the slope given 2 points? Since the slope m is just the ratio between the vertical change and the horizontal change of 2 points, represented by this expression. Then, we can apply the previous point slope form and find the equation of the line using this. Y minus y sub 1 equals y sub 2 minus y sub 1 all over x sub 2 minus x sub 1 multiplied by the quantity x minus x sub 1. Yes, this is quite a long formula. But remember, we can solve for the slope separately. And I am here to guide you in your examples. First, find the equation of the line passing through the points -2, 3, and -4, 0. We write the equation using the 2-point form, where x sub 1, y sub 1 is our first point, with the coordinates -2 and +3. While x sub 2, y sub 2 is -4, 0. By substitution, we will have y minus 3 equals the slope 0 minus 3 all over -4 minus -2 multiplied by the quantity minus -2. To make this not difficult for you, we can break it down into 2 steps, solving the slope and using the point slope form. Can you get the slope? 0 minus 3 is -3, and -4 minus -2 is -2. So, dividing -1, the slope is 3/2. Then we substitute it to our equation. Y minus 3 equals 3/2 times the quantity of x minus -2. By the distributive property, we will multiply 3/2 to the terms inside this group. So this can be simplified as y minus 3 equals 3/2 x plus 3. And then by the addition property of equality, the equation of the line in its slope-intercept form is y equals 3/2 x plus 6. Let us now find the last equation of the line, which passes the points 3, 2 and 5, 2. We will use the 2-point form to write the equation. So let us take these points and substitute them to the formula. Y minus 2 equals 2 minus 2 all over 5 minus 3 times the quantity x minus 3. What did you notice? The numerator will just be 0. This means that the slope is 0. Do you remember what happens when the slope is 0? The linear equation is a horizontal line. Hence, the equation will be y minus 2 equals 0 or y equals 2. Were you able to understand our lesson for today? We used our knowledge about the rectangular coordinate system and the concept of slopes to find the equation of the line in 3 different ways. So let's take a recap on all that we have encountered in this lesson. 1. To find the equation given its graph, we need a point on the line, usually the y-intercept, and the slope of the line. Then we can write it in slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. Number 2, to find the equation of the line having a slope m and passing through the points x sub 1, y sub 1, we can use the point slope form y minus y sub 1 equals m times the quantity of x minus x sub 1 to write the equation. Lastly, to find the equation of the line passing through 2 given points, we just use the previous equation and solve for the slope, or use this formula. Now that we have finished the lesson, it is important to evaluate and see what you have learned. Make sure you have your paper and pen with you, and I will give you 5 seconds to answer each item. Number 1, determine the slope and the y-intercept of the equation y equals 2x minus 1/3. A, the slope is 2 and the y-intercept is negative 1/3. B, the slope is 1/3 and the y-intercept is 2. Or C, the slope is 2 and the y-intercept is negative 3. The slope is the numerical coefficient of x, and the y-intercept is given by the constant. Therefore, the correct answer is A. Number 2. The line passes through the point 0, 3 and has a slope of 2. What is the equation of the line in slope-intercept form? Is it A, y equals 1/2 x plus 3? B, y is equal to 2x plus 3? Or C, y equals 2/3 x? If you noticed, the given point is the y-intercept of the line. Therefore, it can be written as y equals 2x plus 3. So the correct answer is letter B. Number 3. What is the equation of the line which contains the point 3, 7 and has a slope of 2/3? Is it A, y equals 2/3 x plus 5? B, y equals 2/3 x plus 7? Or C, y equals 2/3 x plus 9? The easiest way to answer this is to substitute the point in each equation and check if it's true or false. I will let you try that later as an additional exercise. But using the point slope form, this will be your solution. So, the correct answer is A. Y is equal to 2x plus 5. Last item. What is the equation of the line passing through the points 1, 3 and negative 2, positive 5? Is it A, negative 2x minus 3y equals 11? B, 2x minus 3y equals 11? Or C, 2x plus 3y equals 11. Since the given are 2 points, we can break the solution down by getting the slope first and then writing the equation using the formulas that we had earlier. So, the correct answer is C. 2x plus 3y equals 11. How was that exercise for your mind? Keep on practicing so you would be ready for more applications of these lessons, and you will find that they are actually fun and easy. Next episode will be our last lesson for this chapter on linear equations in two variables. Review our previous episodes in the DepEd official YouTube channel or the topics found on your self-learning module, as we prepare for solving problems involving linear equations in the rectangular coordinate system. With that, this is Teacher Joshua reminding you to practice, 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 and do it with a positive attitude and a smile on your face. See you again for a math terrific day, because here at DepEd TV, we will never let your learning hindered by anything.